welcome back again at Bavarian Demon. Today I would like to show you in this little video how to connect a serial single receiver to the CORTEXpro gyro system. Therefore I have our CORTEXpro gyro right here. One serial output receiver, in this case it's a Jetty sending EX bus through one patch cable, and 3 servos, so I can show you how all this works on the 3 axes like aileron, elevator and rudder. First thing to do is connect the receiver to the CORTEXpro. This is pretty easy because it's only one serial patch cable which is connected to the input port B of the CORTEXpro. With one serial receiver connected to the CORTEXpro, the channels are exactly matching the channel assignment from the radio. So in this setup, the CORTEXpro can handle up to 7 outputs, which are exactly the first 7 channels on your radio. So in my case, I have aileron on channel 2, elevator on channel 3, and rudder on channel 4. So what I do is I take my aileron servo and connect it to output 2, which corresponds to channel 2 in the radio. My elevator is channel 3, so it's connected to output 3. And last but not least, it's the rudder servo connected to output 4 because it's assigned to channel 4 on my radio. And what you see right here is the whole setup for the CORTEXpro with 3 servos and 1 serial receiver input. Next thing we do is teach the input type to the CORTEXpro so that it knows which kind of protocol to read and how many receivers are connected. In this case again it's a 1 serial receiver from Jetty sending EX bus data. We power on the whole system, radio is powered already, and we now connect the battery to the CORTEXpro, so gyro, servos and receiver are powered. And whilst everything is powered up, we plug the jumper into the program port, which is followed by a faster blue blinking LED. After a few seconds this will switch to a slow blue blink, which we see right here. It's a single slow blue blink telling us that the input type is correctly detected and 1 receiver is seen. We power off and the input type teach-in is done. Now we will teach in the controls from the radio. Make sure to have the system powered off and the jumper in place. And when we now power on the system, it will go into a teach-in process awaiting a designated order of stick inputs. I will now power the system with the battery. And we're waiting for a double green blink and a double bump on the servos. There it is. And now we start with aileron to the right and hold. Single blink, single bump on the servos, aileron left and hold. Next double bump, elevator down. Single bump, elevator up and hold. Next double bump, now it's the rudder surface to the right and to the left. And finally, at the last double bump, we switch the gyro channel. I have it programmed to that switch up here on the right. Just switch it. And we can see a flickering green light by the CORTEXpro indicating that the whole teach-in sequence is confirmed. The CORTEXpro now knows all the stick controls, all the directions, all the endpoints. It's all teached into the system just by this little procedure. We now unplug the jumper and power off. All the teach-in done.